millimeters of mercury for muscular tissue. In further studies, the researchers also explored beneficial effects of intermittent pressure. During intermittent therapy, subatmospheric pressure was turned on and off repeatedly at set intervals. In the zone of hypoperfusion near the wound edge, each time the pump was turned off, increases in blood flow were observed that rose 40 to 50% above baseline levels and persisted above baseline for several minutes. They noted that rhythmic perfusion of tissue seems to stimulate development of new blood vessels and other cells important to healing, and may be much more effective than continuous pressure. As a result of this and other research, lower negative pressures and the use of intermittent pressure are increasingly considered by scientists and clinicians to be ideal for NPWT.
So what have we just learned? Number one, lower pressures are beneficial. Secondly, different tissue types require different levels of pressure. And thirdly, there are tremendous advantages to intermittent pressure. At Prospera, our challenge was how do we devise a system that puts this knowledge into the hands of the clinician?
Let's take a look at our continuous pressure guidelines. Based on the scientific knowledge we just reviewed, we recommend pressures between -60 and -80 millimeters of mercury. This is not only the best therapeutic setting according to new research, it is also much more comfortable for patients. In older pumps, pressures of -125 millimeters of mercury is recommended, but it is not necessary to use such high pressures, and it can be painful for your patients. But perhaps most importantly, the growing evidence of the scientific and clinical benefits of intermittent therapy and rhythmic perfusion of tissue has greatly impacted the engineering of the Prospera NPWT systems. In addition to the blood flow increases, researchers have documented increases in granulation tissue formation with intermittent therapy that far exceed those seen with continuous negative pressure. Until now, limitations of existing systems and previous technology did not allow clinicians to put this latest knowledge to work. The state-of-the-art technology and engineering of the Pro Series features the most highly refined and customizable intermittent therapy options available, putting control in the hands of the clinicians and allowing NPWT to extend to its ultimate potential. We call the result variable pressure therapy. Prospera is designed for VPT. You can see here that our recommended pressure ranges are between -40 and -80 millimeters of mercury. What makes Prospera VPT special is that our pumps are designed to increase and decrease pressure in gentle 5 millimeter mercury increments, creating a rhythmic massage for the tissue. Based on the new research, including what we just reviewed, this is proven to be the most effective form of negative pressure therapy. With VPT, your patients will receive the maximum benefit of intermittent pressure as a very comfortable massaging rhythm. In older machines, pressures rapidly increase and decrease between 0 and -125 millimeters of mercury. This creates kind of a sawtooth pattern. It can be very painful for the patients, causes displacement for the dressing, and makes intermittent therapy quite difficult. VPT makes intermittent therapy practical, simple, and comfortable. Assembling the Prospera pump is quite simple. You have the filter tubing. You have to make sure that the blue side goes to the pump and the white side goes to the canister, and it won't work the other way around. Place the gray canister ring on the side of the pump. And then you place the canister inside the gray ring. Make sure that the seal is tight at the top, because if you're going to have an open system alarm, this most frequently will be where it comes from a poor seal. Attach the filter tubing to the top of the canister lid, and that completes the Prospera system. Turn the pump on, and it'll automatically default to a continuous setting at 80 millimeters of mercury. If you choose a different pressure, toggle up and toggle down in increments of 5. Press OK to confirm and OK to start your therapy. If you choose to use intermittent therapy, you must implement the lockout feature by pressing both the up and down indicator arrows at the same time. This step is also used to convert back to continuous. The first step in intermittent is to choose the high pressure. You can go up and down in increments of 5 until you select your pressure.